guys, so in science we're talking about our forces. So far we've learned about push and pull. I'm sitting in my rocking chair, okay? What force is this? Very good. It's a push to go forward and it's a pull with my body to go back. Push and pull. And I just want to remind you that push and pull, a force is a push or a pull and it makes things move, it makes things happen. A force can change the direction or the speed of an object. Okay? And we learned that last week when we looked at our aeroplanes and when we pushed and pulled our toys. Today we're going to look at a new type of force, okay? First I'd like you to think, if we throw a ball or kick a ball in the football pitch, will it go on forever and ever and ever? Okay, another one to think about. If you're walking on a slippy floor, how do you stay up? How do you not fall over? Well, this is because of a force called friction. Friction is a force where two things rub against each other. So, for example, if you throw a ball and it goes through the air and the ball will cause some kind of friction and it will eventually stop. Also, when you're walking on a slippery floor, there's friction between the bottom of your shoe and the floor will mean that you won't fall over. Think about when you're on a bicycle. When you want to stop your bicycle, what do? You pull the brakes. Your brake rubs off the wheel of your bike and it goes and it causes you to slow down and then stop. So, friction is a force just like a push and a pull, but it is the force that slows an object down. Okay? So when we have friction, it will depend on what material. The two materials that are rubbing together, it will depend on what they are. And of course, there are lots of different surface materials. Do you remember? Some surface materials are smooth, some are rough, some are slippery, some are bumpy, some are rocky. So it's going to depend on the material. So I want you to think about this. If you push or pull something on a rough surface, do you think that the friction will be high or will it be low? If I pulled a little car on a very smooth surface, will the friction be high or the friction be low? Well, on the rough surface, the friction will be very high because the two things will rub together more. On the smooth surface, it will be very, very low because it's smooth, it will go a lot further, okay? So I'd like you to think about that. I'm going to show you a few little things to show friction, okay, that I've done at my house. I don't have a little toy, a Hot Wheels would be perfect. I'm going to use this coin. The first one I'm going to do is on my floor. We're going to see if there's high friction or low friction on my floor, okay? Let's have a look. Okay, here's the coin. Here's my force, my push, and let's see. Uh-oh, that didn't go very far. That's because my floor is a little bit rough. It's not smooth. So that means there is high friction. Okay? I've made a mini ice rink. Have a look. I put it in the freezer and it's ice. Ice is very, very slippery. Do you think it'll be low friction or high friction? Let's have a look. Let me go from this end. Wow, it went very fast. The friction is very low because it is cold and slippery ice. One more. Let's try on my table. Here's my coin. I'm going to push the coin. It went far, but it didn't go very smoothly because you can see on the table it's very rough. And that's going to cause the coin and the table a rubbing motion and the friction is going to slow it down. So it's very high friction. Okay, boys and girls. One more. Over here on my other table. Here. Does this table look rough or smooth or slippery to you? Well, let's so. I'm going to give my force, my push. Wow. It didn't go very far. Let's try again. It's a very smooth table. Maybe my force was not enough. because of course the amount of friction depends on how much push you put behind it. Woohoo! There we go. It's a smooth table with low friction, and I did a lot of force as well. Okay guys, I'd like you to try it at home. Thank you.